I didn't believe myself either. I'm just going to talk about this because I felt compelled to come on and give you a message tonight because there are a lot of energies moving around in our world, and you're going to be feeling them. You've been feeling them for a really long time, but it's okay. You're creating something new in your life. That's what we're all doing. And the only reason that we become a little afraid is that we just don't believe in who we are and what we can do, what we can accomplish, what we can achieve. And I know this one so well because that is the life that I have lived. Several years ago, I shifted my life. And many people know that I'm a vocal coach. I've been doing that for many, many years. And I abruptly, it seemed to many people, especially to my family, that I was making this abrupt change because I sold my business and I said I have to move in another direction, and that didn't make sense. And but I knew that it did because I was already feeling that the world was going to be changing, and because of all the work that I had done all of these years with Wilhelm, that I had something that could make a difference. And that also sounded really ridiculous when I would say those words because people would look at what was happening in the world and think, oh, that's not possible. Even a message that came through that Wilhelm said, um, utopia is attainable. And people will look at that. And I looked at it as well and said, no, that can never happen. And then I presented it to so many other people, people close to me, and I say, well, no, it could happen. And then people say, no, it's not possible. People won't change. And every time you say that, that means that you won't change. That's all. That is the only reason, because we can't expect others to change if we're not willing to do it. And life is about changing, which is why I had to change because I could feel everything that was happening. But also, talking about this other thing that I had been doing since 1989 was just a little bit too much. That was really uncomfortable. And then to discover that it was really the reason I had hidden it for so long is it was a skill that I was developing that I didn't understand. But now I can't not talk about it and I can't finish the work because I know it's going to be valuable for so many other people. Because there are other people that will be awakening in different ways because it's all about consciousness. That's we only live in this world through our consciousness. And so when I said to others, so I think that's how I said it because that was years ago. I wrote it several years ago. I was saying, yeah, I've got this thing. I've something happened, and I know that I could transform the world and make $1 billion. That video's still up there. I wrote an article about it as well. But believing it at that time was a little bit of more of a jump. It's no longer a jump now. And I prove a lot of it with artificial intelligence. I would take the messages that Wilhelm had given me and put it in there and have to analyze this. And it was kind of shocking because it was aligned with the changes, the energetic changes that we were moving through in our world. And then I started asking different questions. I go, is that why I healed? I said, because I'm 74 years old and all of these things that I had are gone. And that is alignment again. Because, see, the information I was receiving from Wilhelm was from a different dimension and it was pure consciousness. And that's why it worked. And that's why it worked for you, those people who have used it and have been in the program. And those people who read the messages and say, it feels like Wilhelm is speaking directly to me. And they are. Because I never remember it. I am have to accept I'm just this pure channel that I could get this information. But when it gets incorporated in your body, things change, and that's what happened. And people were asking me, please talk more about the healing, and I'm going to do all of that because I put something together that I'm going to take this work a lot further because it I can't hold it back because it performs all kinds of miracles. It causes you to love yourself, causes you to understand your life purpose. It causes you to move through your past trauma, all of those things. And for 4 years, I was like, wow, did that really happen? And it did. And what I'm doing is I'm leaving a bunch of stuff for you guys just to look at and go through it when you want. You can just find it in my description of the in the YouTube video. I'm going to also put a lot more on my Substack. I'm going to start doing that a lot more because I'm going to do more videos and talk about it. You have the ability to do anything. I'm just going to tell you because I do know, and Wilhelm's given me techniques. It's all mindset. It's all consciousness. But the difference was this connects you to your authentic self. That's quite different. And I was having a discussion with someone yesterday about this, saying I was looking at entrepreneurs. I said they're having so much trouble because they're going after the money and they haven't connected to who they are, their soul. And so when you do that, there's a whole different energy exchange that happens, and your heart opens up, and you become motivated, and you get out of bed in the morning, you want to do something. And then you start to change the chaos that you might be seeing in the world. We come to understand energy and that we're all creating it. And so we can't look at anything out in the world and think, oh, wait a minute, I didn't have anything to do with that. Every moment you're alive, you're putting energy into the world by how you decide to feel about yourself, the emotions you're going to carry, and what you're going to put into the world. And I'm a living example of that. So this is why I'm going to finish all of the work. And I invite you to see the things that I have put in my description. I put a lot of little things together. I used a lot of AI to analyze them, to show you. And a lot of them I did with, I had the in analysis, astrological analysis, or movement. So any of you who are into that, you might see some of that in some of them. I'm not an astrologer. I didn't study it, but Wilhelm would give me things that were just in order, and that's what happened. And that's why I have to finish developing this, because it's kind of fascinating. When I discovered the work, and when they said I had, 2012, anyway, that's when it was mostly written. But when I was told in 2021 that if I would meet someone that I would have a message on their birthday, that made no sense. I didn't even trust it. And then I started doing it, and it worked. And people have started telling me too, even that I didn't meet, that they would find it and see the same thing. And that was to say that you have an authentic place in this world. You have a connection, and that's just what Wilhelm gave me. These next few days there's a lot of energy. And so it's the best time for you to plan what you want in your life, what you're going to do, what you want it to look like, because the energies that are coming up will give you a lot of momentum to be able to create. And it'll also help you to move through any kind of feeling of upset, upheaval, or turbulence that you might experience, because, some people might be into that kind of thing. But you can do something different, because this could be the best time of your life. See you soon.